And it's that time again. Hello, everybody. Hello, Cameo Mile. It's lovely as always to see you. Nice to see you again, Taya. Yeah, we're streaming again. My! We've made it a week of actually streaming. Who would have thought it? We're actually continuing to do the streaming. Who would have done funk it? Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. It's like the first week, so we're just doing some doodling again tonight because the last OC doodling stream was so fun, and I just want to do more. It's nice to just unwind with a little bit of doodling. Make sure I know what I'm doing first and foremost. Is this little guy? These guys hands. He's doing that. He's weighing oranges. That's all he's doing. He's just weighing oranges. I don't know what everyone's going crazy for. Bro's just weighing oranges, making sure they're the right the right size and the right weight for his various concoctions. Anyway, enough of that. Okay, let's actually start drawing. I'm just gonna do more OC doodling and chivis tonight because the last one was just really fun. So for tonight, I decided I'm gonna start with Plata, who is another one of sort of my underdrawn OCs, and I know that she has some fans, so I wanted to start off with her. She's gonna be fun because it's another one I've not drawn in a very very long time. But yeah, how is everyone doing tonight? It's nice to be back, and it's nice to have me streaming consecutively for another week rather than just doing it for a week, giving up because it's stressful or not worth it, and then coming back in like a couple of months and repeating. It's nice to actually have managed to keep it up for more than 1 week. But I hope everyone is doing nice on this fine evening. You're drawing your OCs, lovely. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be lovely because your OCR always is. This stream is dedicated to just me glazing my friends because they are way better artists than I am. I'm gonna do her in that freaking. I'm gonna draw player in that freaking golden Frieza pose. Hello, Mira. Hello, hello. You made it. Lovely to see you as always. No, it's more like off. Well, go ahead and try because I will sing your praises more and more with each passing day. And her tail's like that. It's like a big armory scorpion tail, which is really fun to try and draw. He said with immense sarcasm. And it's got like a little bit of tech on it. Because it's chibi, we can go ahead and give it like a really big. For a second, I thought this was gonna be Ace. No, I'm starting with Plata. I just thought she would be fun to start off with. I wanted to do in like that golden Frieza pose. The pose reminds me of Akira. Yeah, it is very similar. This one's dedicated to my friend Snow, who I know is very much a Plata fan. They're into the crazy scientist scorpion lady, and you know what? You can't really blame them. It's something for there's something for everyone here in the world of OCs. But yeah, hopefully everyone is having a nice respective time zone, and if y'all got questions or anything y'all want to ask, please feel free to. This is always a nice place to just like chat with everyone, see what everyone's been up to. And just chill out with everyone because it's nice to just chill after a day. I think that's what. Yeah, that's what her hair's supposed to look like. Whether I do a good job of it is another story. And her boots in, or her boot. Speaking of people liking Susie Nose, is there an OC you didn't expect people to like? Julan. Honestly, I was always worried that people would take one good look at Julan. It's like, oh, like we have Sonic at home guy, and yeah, it's always worrying when you're sharing like your first OCs, especially when they very clearly have an inspiration that you are known for being a fan of. So yeah, Julan. A lot of my male characters, because I know a lot of folks are more familiar and fans of my female characters, but I guess that is just the way of things. People have their preferences, and I have an audience who's very much an enjoyer of the ladies, and you cannot blame people for that. Whether it be my audience is full of horny guys or my audience is full of horny lesbians. Either one, we respect and love all here. Yeah, give it that bit more of a sinister look. It coughs in by that too, obviously. That too as well. Everyone is respected and loved here for their preferences. Well, that's our thing next, Mirror. We gotta find you an audience. We gotta find you an audience, and you will find it one day. It's just a matter of, honestly, it's just a matter of like posting more. This like, it's honestly, ha, brain. Can we focus? Can we talk? Sometimes it's just a matter of like you post random facts about them, or just you post more doodles about their their quirks and their personality. I find because that's what I find. Honestly, the most that's what I cannot talk tonight. Come on, brain. Let's turn on, please. That's what I usually look for when I find an OC artist. Is just like look for like how have they drawn their OCs doing this? How do they draw their OCs? Or that what is their OC's dynamics like with other characters? I tend to look for that when I find OC artists that whose art and character designs I like. I want to learn more about the actual characters themselves and how much they've drawn of that side of them. And it's something I struggle with a lot because it's something I personally need to do more of as well. So a lot of that is going to be a lot of my OC art this year is just drawing a lot of the interactions between the cast. Give her a bit more of like a certified things I really want to draw but literally never get around to. Yep, I know that feeling far too well, and it's definitely something I need to improve on in this year. And we can always work together on it. It'd be nice to just get Nicole and draw, and like that was a lot of it as well. A lot of my early OC stuff was just like getting calls with friends and then just randomly doodling the things that we suggested would be good for our characters. I should draw my interactions to my OCs too, something like the big piece. Yeah, you should, yeah. I'm not gonna say which OCs I think you should draw more of, but I did start a list of OC hobbies I want to put. Yeah, exactly that kind of stuff. Yeah, just like what do they do outside of like the thing that you advertise them as, like when they're not out busy on adventures or monster hunting or whatever. What is it they do? And I drew one for Kayla and then hit art block. Yeah, that sounds about the right of it. Sounds about what happens. Every time that bloody art block. That area's a bit smaller than the other one. Also, I literally. Yeah, there's that too. hello, Art of Michael. What you doing? I'm drawing my OCs. Nice to have you here, Diamond Steve. Always nice to have you. We're doodling again because doodling fun. Hey yo, Kaito as well. Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you. We're doodling more OCs tonight. The first one for tonight is Plata, who is very much another of my OCs I rarely draw. So we're doing more OCs I rarely draw tonight. Maybe some of my like regular ones a little later, but for now we're focusing on the ones I don't draw enough of in chibi form. And I want to design more monsters, especially after like posting the information I have written about the Faments a couple days ago on Blue Sky. I want to draw more little guys and monsters at some point. That's like another goal, is to get more into like creature design. Something about her chin just does not look. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think that looks. That looks about right. Yeah, that looks good, I think. But yeah, if anyone has any sort of conversations they want to start or any questions about OC stuff, please do feel free to start off with. I'm assuming most people probably want to know more about Plata as a starter. She's sort of an evil scientist. You should talk about the world of Elementus like the format of Kinswitch Note, but characters from each and such, yeah. So, as an example, Plata here is from the Eastern Kingdom, sort of like the same area as Sylvia, Alexi, and that lot. She lives within the archipelago's like underwater city, Lantane, which is full of a lot of researchers and scientists sort of stuff. And she experimented a lot with the origins of like the people with beast like attributes and how it could be caused. Yeah, the Northern Kingdom is more like technology. Lantane within the Eastern Kingdom is like history, science, and research and whatnot. And so Plata was researching like the links between how elemental energy creates the people with beast-like appendages. Often, she would experiment on regular people to sort of artificially create beast-like appendages, which sort of caused her to get into a bit of a stir-up with her fellow academics, and she was banished. So now she sort of experiments on people and creates these like bioweapon sort of creatures that are like more beast than human at this point due to her experiments. Yeah, so she's sort of a mid-series villain. Eastern Kingdom is more just like historical research, but there are like offices within it that look into science and biology. It's mainly history. And then the Northern Kingdom is all about like technology and such, which is where characters like Opalarin and Saffron and originally Kopar came from before he retired and moved to the Eastern Kingdom. Oh, we'll have to draw Kopar at some point. I gotta draw him and Thistle doing something fun at some point. I love this freaking pose, man. This freaking Golden Frieza-esque pose. Speaking of Apollo, where you draw him to, he might be next on my list. I have a couple that I specifically want to draw tonight, but I can put Apollo in on that. I really want to draw Thistle and Jade and Sylvia or Ruben at most, hopefully. So I want to just see how many I can get for tonight. I know someone who's yes, a dear friend who is a very good fan of him. Yes. I will hopefully draw Apollo tonight. Because Apollo is just fun to mess with draw because of his freaking mechanical attachments are fun to sort of get the anatomy right on. It's starting to be a little lower and the hand in it a bit bigger. And inside could be a little bigger as well, I think. Yeah, it's mostly just doodling tonight. I was originally thinking I was gonna do some thumbnail work as well, just because we've got a lot of streams coming up that I haven't done the thumbnails for yet. Like the Animal Crossing stream on Thursday. There's another game I potentially want to stream next week that I need to do a thumbnail for. It's an indie game I picked up recently called Big Hops, which is sort of like a 3D platformer kind of spiel. So that's hopefully something I want to play soonish. Or just play it in my spare time and then talk about it in like a Yappadoodle episode. It depends how I'm feeling towards the time. Alright, now for the tail. Now for her tail, her big armory scorpion tail. Excuse me. So Plato is also, she has a device on her tail that injects her venom with various different liquidized elemental energies, so she can either use that as like projectiles with her venom, or she can inject a subject with her venom and the elemental energy to sort of create her bioweapons. Because as she so prefers, she likes to get up close and personal with her experiments, is how she calls it. More details to the tail part. Yeah, that looks good, I think. Yeah. Yay. Now I'm just color it. Oh, I forgot to turn on the referral layers. Yeah, boy. You think I wouldn't be rusty at this because I basically streamed this exact thing last week, but yeah, sometimes you just forget to do things, especially when you've been working on some other stuff all day. Been working on a lot of animation today as well, trying to get some more lip syncing practice done for a little thing I'm working on that's hopefully going to be finished next week. Hopefully. Just small things for now, because like I said, I'm just trying to get the motivation back for animating. Just taking it slow until things properly come back to me. Well, she's just a very trustworthy, not evil scientist who's also pretty. She can be allowed to be evil and pretty. God forbid a woman have hobbies. Yeah, definitely very trustworthy. See? So she injects people with her venom and creates bioweapons on the regs. God forbid a woman have hobbies. Sheesh. Some people. If Evil White Heart is a meme for a reason. Exactly. See? Taya gets it. Morals are just a suggestion when you're pretty. Almost forgot to add the little buttons to her boots. I suppose on the subject of like drawing more big pieces of my OCs, I really want to draw more. When I get more comfortable streaming, I definitely want to draw some more big pieces with my OCs or just in general because I want to start making hopefully some art for print. I think that would be nice to eventually have as a goal for streaming again. To like make some art that's fairly print worthy. New group shot. Yes, I have. There's an old one I've been meaning to redraw for a while. I want to do like a group shot of the main four, if possible. Maybe do some like fake posters for like Elementus Book 1, Book 2, or like seasons as well. That'd be funny. That would actually be really fun. Really. I say Book 1 because it's like how seasons in Avatar are, where they're like they do it Book 1 instead of like Season 1 and such. Because I like that idea behind it. Completely forgot her freaking eyebrows. You certainly ain't watching this for the art, y'all. You're watching this for. You're certainly watching this for something. Get reference back up. Sorry if you hear like my Windows notifications doing the beeps and boops, as they say. It's just me minimizing my references so I can get to my tools and then putting it back up so I can get the right colors and whatnot. It's like we're still learning a lot about how actually streaming works. Hey, I probably should have asked earlier, how do I sound? Do I sound... Am I audible to everyone? Am I coming in alright? I probably should have checked that before actually starting on the art tonight. Oh well, it's happened now. Do I give her some like... Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Give her some eye bags. Yeah, audio's fine. Good, good, lovely. Yeah. Oh, that actually looks nice. Do I actually... How does that look if I do this? I should do... Oh, whoa, okay, no. Did not do that right, okay. Oh, that'll be why. I'll turn that back on. There we go. Oh, ooh. Hey, you know what? That actually looks pretty good. I kind of like that. I'm trying to go for the more sinister look to her. Yes, that looks good. That actually looks really good. I'm happy with that. Mmm. Perfecto mundo. Now I'm just gonna find the rest of her coloring. Oh yeah, she's got lipstick as well. I forgot about that. She's like one of the few OCs I have with some kind of makeup. Just like a little bit of lipstick on her bottom lip. Yeah. And then just her little... Oh, you're done with your art? Oh, can't wait to see it when I'm in the Discord again, Taya. I'm sure it's lovely, as always, because your art is peak. Yeah, that looks awesome. Yeah, just a wee bit of shade. See, you can trust this scientist with your blood and various other body parts. She can be trusted with you. Only trustworthy people have that, like, sinister shadow in their eyes. That was a bit too bright. There we go, that's better. Bro, did I say Mira instead of Taya? I can't wait to see your art when it's done, Taya. Sorry. Oopsie doodles. The joys of trying to art and talk at the same time is fun. Yeah, I think that's a good start for the night. Yeah. I might, if I can just like squeeze it a bit more. And just a smidge. Perfect. Perfect Amanda. My Wi-Fi died at the perfect amount. What did I miss? Not much. Not much. I was just like saying I can't wait to see what you're cooking when you pop it on Discord later. Yeah. Oh, that was really good. I'm actually really super happy with that. But first we gotta add that one little extra detail. Once I get the line art brush. Probably least favorite part of a project actually studying. It's so true. So freaking true. Yeah, but it's always once you get through that start, I find everything comes together really nicely. So I hope you're able to sort what you sort what you want to do out, Mira, because I enjoy seeing your characters. It just would be nice to hopefully learn a bit more about them soonish if you ever get the chance to share. Right. A little more highlights. I don't wanna overcook this because we've only got so much time in the day. But yeah, I think that's good for Miss Plata. Who do I want to do next? I have so many to pick. Let's see what it can. It's just a proportion piece. I hope it's going well. Trying to learn proportions is always hard, so I sympathize with your struggles. So I hope you're able to make something cool in a minute. Topal wants copper. All right, yeah, he was one of the ones I wanted to do. So you know what? Yeah, we'll draw a copper. He was one of the ones that was like very much suggested during the last stream. So yeah, we'll draw our funny old spider grandpa. Just what do I do for the pose though? I was thinking just like him stretching. because like he's old and has back problems. And then for his other hands, he's doing like it's like that, I think. Yeah, pip pip cheerio type pose. Yes, well, he do enough. Think. I think this pose will look alright. He's just doing some stretches because he's been sitting for too long and needs to stretch those arms, of which he has many of because he's like part spider. I always find it weird I have a spider esque OC when I'm very mildly arachnophobic. But hey huh, perks of the job. If I make a funny little guy who's part spider, maybe it'll sort of, I don't know, help. A Spider Man, Spider Grandpa, more like, yeah. Exposure therapy, yeah, exactly. Is what I keep telling myself that. Not Spider Man, Man Spider, which I think is also a thing that's also a thing in Spider Man, isn't it? No, that I'm thinking of, but yeah. So the deal with Copar is like he's like an old fellow who used to live in the Northern Kingdom, worked on like research and various other things for keeping the Northern Kingdom from basically freezing over. And after a while, he sort of retired to the Eastern Kingdom to sort of just help out anyone he comes across, namely Thistle, who he pretty much adopts after finding her nearly dead in an alley. So he like took her in, gave her some like prosthetic legs, and is basically her honorary grandpa. And as you're about to see from his face, he's very Eggman coded. His face is very Eggman. He's the Spiper. Hello, Ashley. Hello, and Crazy Star. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us. You just joined us on our second OC Chibi of the day. We're drawing another OC I'd never draw. It's Copar. Hope you're having a lovely, pleasant, respective time zone. I hope you're. So I know you were doing some life drawing earlier. Actually, I hope that went well. So nice to see you here, joining us for some doodles. Oh, nice you saw. Ooh, nice. Hope it went well. Hope it was a fun time. And fun time was had by all. Yeah, so Copar is just like a very, I don't want to say stereotypical retired old man, but he's like very, he's old. I don't really know how else to really say. It's still going. I'll be looking. Hey, hey, it's going well. Oh, okay. Hope it continues to go well. He's got like little. He's got the rest of his little spider eyes up here. Yeah. It's like a. I can like twist it a little bit more. I think make him look like he's actively really going to going for a stretch. That was good. I think we'll see how it looks when we're actually line arting it. But yeah. The certified problem. We all have certified problems, and bitch ain't one. I think that's the saying. I don't know. I'm losing my mind on what the kids are saying these days. As Kopar would, because he's very old. It was realized way too late when I'm suffering with I should pivot to one of my. Yeah, I usually also I kind of do that as well. I very late in the game realize there's an easier way to do the thing I'm trying to do and sort of. Please does he put a little goofy crack speech bubble next to his spine like he's in an comic? Absolutely. Absolutely, that's going to be done. Sometimes I remember stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Again, if I'm posting hard, I should do a mini. Yeah, I always try and do like a base to like try and see where the anatomy looks good and whatnot. I always try and do the like a little preliminary sketch with pencil brush first before I even finalize anything, and that helps immensely. So I recommend doing that immensely. He's just got a very thick mustache as well. If you see me like moving the if you basically you see me moving the canvas a little bit, it's because you may be able to see the full view, but I have to like sort of balance out what I can see between having my reference images, also being able to see OBS and whatnot. So there's a lot of just trying to balance out what I can see. So if you think I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say is like I have a very small view of what it is I'm actually working on because I'm trying to like see it through both my reference images and also the chat in OBS. So apologies if I miss something or looks like it doesn't really. I don't need to move the canvas or anything. Is what I'm trying to say. There we go. We eventually got that out of my. We eventually got the words out. I guess there was also like a bit of Grunkle stand to Kapar now that I'm thinking about it. Very much that kind of, and like the way he speaks rather than like any sort of like mannerisms or anything. Not so much personality, but more so like how gruff he sounds. His back is making that Ed and Eddie Payne sound. Yeah. Yeah, the one that has like the freaking. It sounds like the ears ringing and then a dog is crying in the background or something. Grunkle Stan cosplay for Halloween. Oh yes, I feel I have to now that I've said that. Now that I've spoken that into existence, I feel that has to be his Halloween costume. Something would be a lot more like interesting to do that compared to the very obvious one I could do, which is Eggman. I also like he's had to. It's also like he's had to sew a completely different lab coat to his lab coat just so he has enough armholes for his arms. That's one of my favorite silly things about Kopar's design. Like he's an incredibly talented seamstress as well as a scientist. I like to think he was also formerly a boxer, but he sort of got disqualified because of unfair advantage. That's another one of my personal favorite. Like, is it a host OC headcanon if it's like your OCs kind of ties to spiders and stuff? Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just official at that point, right? Yeah, you'd think so, but like, yeah, I guess it is. I also like the idea. It's just like because he's a spider, everyone assumes he would have like three sets of arms, so that he has like the eight legs. And I like to make the joke that he sort of pretends he lost the other pair of arms in like his scientist days, like he lost them in a lab experiment, or it's one of those cases where like the story behind why he loses them changes every single time he gets asked, like, oh, what happened? It's like that scene in Ratatouille where it's just like, I defunded a major corporation. So, okay, I have to like do the actual gesture with my hands in order to make sure I get the fingers and thumbs right. So it's the thumbs there. One, two. I know what I'm doing, I swear. Three, four. One, two, three, four. I really hope that looks right. That's like, okay, double check. One, two, four, and thumb. Yes, okay, good. I just had to double check because I didn't want to accidentally give him an extra finger, and then you get people accusing me of AI art, which is like, no, thank you, madam. Yeah, okay, I think that looks all right. I've put him in a lot of pain. Anyway, anyway, on his legs. I seem to have done quite a number on this old man. That's a phrase that's likely going to get taken out of context. Oh no! Oh no! Anyway, that's bad. Yeah, if anyone else has any sort of things to ask, please feel free to throw them in the chat if you have any. I'm always up for chatting OCs, or just like if you have questions about other stuff that's currently going to happen in general, just to talk about sort of stream plans, game plans, anything of that nature. I am down to talk about if you have anything like that. Damn, it's -4 outside for you, blimey. To draw something to warm yourself up in these cold winter nights. That's practically unlivable. I mean, I like the cold, so it's hard to really say if that would really bother me. I really like it when it's cold. Mostly just I can't stand it when it's warm. I can't stand like working in like really hot weather because you're just constantly sweaty and very easily irritable. which doesn't help when you work in a summer job that makes you very easily irritated. And I'm just gonna draw the flowers on his little Hawaiian shirt, or non-specific tropical area in a kingdom shirt, because what is a Hawaii in Elementus? I think that looks good. Mood, I hate the heat. Yeah, it's just like you're trying to work when you're like glazed in a thick sweat, and it's just like everything's unpleasant. Things that are once comforting, like showers and whatnot, are just like hell on earth because you're just so overly sweaty and irritated all the frickin' time. It's not pleasant in the slightest. Love a cold shower. So I can't do cold showers. I usually can't really do showers in general. I just don't like. A lot of the time, I just don't really like the sensation. I prefer just sitting in a bath if I can, because it's nice to just sit in a soup of your own bits. I always just shower. I get that. That's good. Right. Sit in a soup. I probably worded it in a very terrible and uncomfortably weird way, but I just like to sit and soak. And then occasionally someone will throw a potato in there or something and try to cook me and go, yes, boil, my pretty. Or something like that. Showering does save time, yeah. I only really shower when it's like I'm going out to the gym. Because they have fairly nice showers at the gym as well. Bro's bathing with an apple in his mouth. You're damn right. Yeah, we can just add some little shading to the sides of his eyes, just to like really sell in the oh god, this is painful sort of healing. Oh yeah, that looks good. What's wrong with having a little snack while you're bathing? Yeah, exactly. Sure, the witch keeps slapping me for eating the potatoes she keeps throwing into the pot. Well, you know what? You shouldn't be giving me such delicious snacks while I'm trying to sit and soak in the tub. Alright? Some couleur now on the copper. Oh, I forgot to do that. Just gonna color on his upper eyebrow. I'm a professional artist. There we go. I feel like if I've drawn Kalpara, I've got to do Fissile next as well. Just her being like, "Oh shit, Grandpa, you all right? You all right there, Gramps?" She does the thing where like she calls him Gramps, like freaking Gary Oak, because it's not like she. Yes, draw the girl. I have to draw the funny Oni girl. Indeed. don't know how many I'll get through tonight. I'm probably just gonna aim for four at the very least if I can, like we did last time. Because that seemed to work out for us last time, unless I've been really quick with these and we can squeeze in another couple or two. I can't unhear in my brain Alex Hirsch's cup art now. My brain keeps playing Gravity Falls clips in my brain now. I just imagine like, are you also wearing a blindfold? Nah, but with these cataracts, I might as well be. What is that, a woodpecker? And it just drives off a cliff. That show's so good. It's probably one of my favorite animated shows I've watched in recent memory. Just for like having a really nice sense of humor and also those sorts of vibes I want to have in a series where it's sort of like it's mostly lighthearted, but then towards the end it starts getting like really creepy and disturbing. Sort of like Kirby Final Boss at level sort of stuff. Because those kinds of stakes getting added to it are also always fun. Oh, forgot to do the thing again. I'm good at my hobby. I don't want to say it's a job yet because it's not yet. One day. I do need to open commissions at some point. It'd be nice to try and do some commissions on stream if I ever got the chance to. I love this old man, as many people do. He's a lovely old man who takes in orphans off the street and gives them robotic legs, as you do. Just 'cause he's a kind old man, and surely nothing terrible will befall him. Ooh boy, ooh boy. I mean, he's an OC. It's like something is going to happen at some point, but I cannot say what. What do you mean ominous? Everything's fine. He's perfectly fine. He's not gonna break his back or anything. Hey, you never know. I might actually get to tell this story someday, he says as they put the straight jacket back on me. Yeah, there we go. There's our copper. There's a good copper done. He just puts so much time and effort into his work, it must be backbreaking. I want to do those on another. I want to have those on another layer because I think that little extra outline kind of makes them look awkward. So I'm just gonna quickly cut, paste. There we go. That's better. Oh, that's a much easier way of doing it than like putting one on the first layer to begin with. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. I'm just gonna remember to actually switch to the main coloring light. There we go. Yeah, that's copper done. I need to remember to save. 1 second. Give me a sec to save and whatnot while we take some drink and then take a quick stretch and we'll get to Thistle in just a second. I remember to drink this time. I remember to actually get a drink and then actually drink it on the stream. Okay. Alright, it's 2 done. I guess now we gotta draw Thistle, because Thistle's fun to draw. Fizzle is just like an explosion of a person. So it'd be fun to just like condense that into a chibi form. Any suggestions for her pose or anything? You need a Hydra thing. I need to hit. I'm not sure if it's partner or affiliate, but there's like creator points you can get at some point that allow you to do certain things on the stream, and one of them a lot of people do is a Hydra SA1 pose. Oh my, yes, absolutely. That's a perfect pose. I just gotta remember which. It's like that hand there, and then that leg, then that leg, and then her upper arm is just down like that. Oh my god, yes. Yes, perfect. Thank you for this, Koto. Thank you for this excuse to be a silly little Sonic fan. I mean, she probably would hit this unironically while she's out skating, so yeah, that'd be funny. It's like. Oh, her bloomin'. Her like little puff hair is really gonna like cover up a lot of her face. So I gotta be careful of that. I like how this works as well because she's got like the very spiky hair, like she sort of has the Sonic hair right at the top of her head. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the butt, but I love it. It's worth it. It's all worth it in the end. Let's bring that arm up a little bit. Yeah, this really is a pose I should probably just have on standby, ready to go. I find some days I can get a billion things done, and then some days it just like draws one thing, dies. It pretty much, yeah, that happens a lot. I've been having a really nice creative week, but I know just like the moment all this stuff is done, I'm just gonna like deflate and not want to draw for like the next year. And she got like a little poof on her shorts. Right. All right, let's try and make this work somehow. I definitely need to start. I want to start doing some single player games next week if I could get the chance. I already said about mentioning like doing some indie games because I have a lot of indie games on my backlog that'd be fun to do for streams. But I need to start doing some Sonic games because I am very normal about that Hedgehog, especially with being the 30th anniversary this year. I feel like Sonic streams are like very likely in the near future. Like not monthly, but like definitely got to start doing some soon. has, again, any questions, please feel free to throw them out. Because this one's going to be a challenge, and everyone knows that being able to talk through it will always be sort of make it a little easier. What is she about? Thistle is... She is an Oni from... Well, like an Oni beastkin, and... People with, like, the beast attributes that are, like, based on sort of, like, mythological stuff are very rare. So her and her sister are, like, have them based on the Oni. So they're very... Their magical abilities are much more powerful than those around them. They grew up homeless, mostly. A lot of Thistle being looked after by her sister as they lived in the sort of slummy areas. And then Thistle one day found out that the reason their sister was able to support them was because she was part of, like, a gang. Like, the sort of, like, the Eastern Kingdom Yakuza sort of thing. And she very literally exploded on her, which awakened her elemental abilities. She basically exploded and basically lost her legs in the process. So she was then found by Kopar, who took her in, gave her new prosthetic legs, and basically kept her like family. And now she works hard to sort of thank him for that, even if she's not the most open about being thankful. She's very creatively driven. She likes to do graffiti and roller skate around the place. She has a strong she's very much like Julan, if like Julan's like craziness was sort of turned up to 11 sort of vibe. She's very like, will eat anything. Her favorite snack is like these like giant sandworms that are part of like the Eastern Kingdom's wildlife, and she just likes to beat one up and grill it right then and there for food. She has like an iron stomach and can eat basically anything. I want to say she can eat Amber's cooking, but I don't think even she could stomach that. We'll find out eventually, I'm sure. Yeah, she's just fun. She's just all about living life to the fullest because she was given that second chance by Kopar, and she wants to do good for everyone else. Even if she can sometimes be brash or very tsundere about all of it. Ah, Sun Sun's my favorite. Exactly. Yeah, it's an acquired. Tsundere characters are very much on that acquired taste. You either you kind of get it, or you just like by like episode 6, you're kind of just done with the whole. It's not like I like you or anything Baka routine. For me, it just depends on how they are written. And so a lot of the time, I end up being not really a fan of them. It very much depends on how they're written, but the well written Sunday is often my favorite. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. It's not usually my cup of tea, but I do like it when they're done well. Usually, if they get paired with like, I like it usually if they get paired with like a character who is very much sunshine and rainbows and is very positive and cheery all the time. Because I know that happens a lot in some ships. Like, the tsundere is often paired with the one who's a bit. It's like, everything is so lovely. I'm sure you'll grow to love me eventually. And they keep trying to deny it, but it's like really cute when they deny it. So, question: is there a place where I can find and learn about the O season or story of what's happening? I have a document that has all of them, but I only really share that amongst friends. I do need to start like I do need to start putting my OC stuff out there more publicly for people to read, but it's also like I'm very protective of it as well. Like, I want people to read it, but it's also like, what if I actually get to post it someday and then I've already spoiled it for like most of the people who read it, is the thing. It's not like an anything against you or anyone who would be interested. It's more like I want to keep secrets for the sake of if I actually get to share this stuff or not, and so I only really share it with like close friends. Nothing against you at all. Speaking of OC lore and stuff, maybe you could give Unveil a try. I think you shared that not too long ago. What kind of is that? Just like a OC document site that houses a lot of that information sort of stuff. If you can like send me the link to that, I'll give it a look. See, I think that like looks a bit wonk. Good afternoon. Hello, Snow. Thank you for joining us. Hello, hello. You've just caught us drawing. We're working on Fissile at the minute. We're just doing more OC chippies. There's one I'm sure you'll like that I can just like scroll up and show you. 1 second. Boo, here is Woman. Enjoy Woman. I know you like them, so I drew them. Boom. And anyway, yeah, we're back to drawing. Kaito suggested I draw Fissile in the SA1 pose, so we're just trying to make that look nice. Yeah, I think that looks about done. Yeah, I think that looks right. Okay, so then we'll color the funny Oni girl. Oh, I forgot the details in her hair and her piercings. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, to coloring. This blooming cotton candy looking Oni girl. Literally a 10 out of 10 hair color. Yeah, it's cool. She also has like highlights of a more hotter color as well because her element is fire. She does have some control over fire and typically just uses it for breathing fire like a because she thinks it looks cool. Because where's the fun in using a weapon when you can just spit hot fire on things? Apologies if also if I miss things in the chat because I know sometimes it can just suddenly go really fast compared to how it usually is where it's just really slow. So if I do miss stuff, please feel free to like say it again because I don't want to like miss out on people's messages and whatnot. I know Snow briefly tried to mention Trails in the Sky because they've been playing that as well. I hope you've been enjoying it as much as I have, Sky. Snow, I mean, sorry. Yeah. So many people. Not used to so many people in the chat. But it's nice, I'm not complaining. Yeah, the gameplay is really, really fun of it. It's that nice mesh of like turn-based RPG with like the more proper like live action battle style. It's taken a while to get used to, I must confess, because I was mostly using the more real time style to just stun enemies and then go into the turn based to actually do the damage. But it makes it easier for grinding when you're just doing the turn based the quick style. Well, like the real time style is what I mean. Okay, brain's turning off tonight. It's having one of those days. Oops, forgot to do the thing again. My brain is all over the place tonight, but we roll on regardless because rolling on is fun. It's even. You think I'm thinking because I had struggles with like a submission boss that just like every time it would attack it would freeze my party and then they would defrost and then it would freeze it again, and then it killed me before I could really even do anything. And that was on the easy setting as well. That was the last thing I did. Basically just wrapped up a lot of the side quests around the Bose area. Have you beaten the Nebel Valley monster? I have done that. That was one of the last things I did. It was like a sub quest I did there that had a monster that just breathed cold on me and kept killing me over and over again. I do like it has the option just like you can retry the boss again at a lower difficulty, but I'm on easy, so it feels like it's cheating to go even lower than that. If you even can. I'm pretty sure there's probably just like a story difficulty. It was like, oh, you're just here for the story. Okay, we'll turn the enemy's brains off for you. Yeah, I'm just on the bit just after that. So I'm not that much farther in the game. So no spoilers, please, for people who have already played. No spoilers, please. I'm enjoying myself. I would like to try and keep it spoiler free if I can. Honestly, this attempt at this pose is going a lot better than I thought it was going to. So thank you again, Kaito, for suggesting it. A very easy excuse to get the Sonic tism out of my system. That is definitely a stream I gotta do soon. I gotta draw some Sonic. I can hear it calling to me. I would say try and do a Sonic drawing from memory stream, but I think I know Sonic a little too well to sort of do that. Though it would be funny to put my my pencil where my mouth is, because I think I'd be good at like a lot of the like main cast, but I think once we get to like some of the more obscure like spin-off only stuff or such and such, I think I would start to struggle. So I think that would be fun to try and do. Yeah, Fizzle's colors are so fun to mess about with. She's just a fun character. She's an absolute explosion of color, and that's basically her color scheme is basically what she is. She's just an explosion of different colors and emotions, all compiled into a funny little Oni girl who likes to roller skate and spray paint. It's that shade of red. That shade of red is probably my favorite part of her color scheme. It's just such a nice shade of red for her. It's in her feet. Do you have a chibi saffron? I drew saffron last stream. I did a saffron last stream. I can get it up in just a second. I think I posted it in the Discord and you reacted to it, but I can show it again really quickly. It's one of the ones we did last stream. I don't mind doing another saffron. Let's finish this little bit here. Oh, shit. I hope you're okay, Mira. Don't... Be careful with your hand, mate. Oof. Fizzle's personality is just kaboom. Yes, Rico, kaboom. Sorry, you activated the vocal stim. That's what... Being with an autistic person is like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! You'll say something, it's like, ha! You've triggered my vocal stim! Please take care. Also, yeah, just please take care of yourself, Mara, because straining hands is not fun. Okay, that actually looks a lot nicer than I thought it was going to, so... Yeah, that looks nice. Let's give her a bit of shading on her hair. Do I try and go for some, like... the SA1 art style shading for it? Because why not? It's just like... Oh, that's on the line art layer. Probably not best to do shading on that. That's something I need to do stuff. I need to do like art style studies at some point. That would be a fun little art challenge to do. This is just making me want to mod Fizzle into Sonic Adventure 1. Do I know any modders who can do that? Anyone have modding expertise that they can just do that for me? Because that would be fun. I probably need the Steam version of SA1 for that anyway. Oh well. It was mostly a joke, so I don't expect anyone to... I didn't expect anyone that is here or that I know to have that kind of expertise. It would also require like a 3D model of Fizzle, and I don't really have the expertise for that either. As fun as it would be to learn that. I keep telling myself I'm going to learn 3D, and then I just don't. Such is my curse of being an ADHD riddled fool. I got there eventually, Chad. Don't worry about it. Do you have an OC who would go feral for mango? Sylvia. Sylvia is very much a mango enjoyer. She doesn't like bananas because she found a spider in one once and it just completely turned her off for the rest of her life. Can't imagine what that would be for, that Taya would ask such a question. Yeah, I think that's our Fizzle done. It's very funny, I like it. Alright, so okay, you saw the cipher, okay, good. Yeah, I think that's Fizzle Dunsies. Yeah, that's our Fizzle done. We've been cruising through this. I think I might have time for 2 more. Yeah, I might have time for 2 more. If anyone wants to make a suggestion as to whom, after whom we do next. Oop. Helps to remember to move her line art as well. Apolloran complete. Oh yeah, I guess I could complete the science squad of Apolloran. Anyone else have any suggestions? I could start drawing more of my commonly known as Ruben, Apolloran Ruben. The mind is feeling. Yeah, you know, Ruben. We'll start drawing some of the Ifritan lot. Because Ruben's fun, and I haven't drawn him in quite a while. I've drawn Ruben and Apolloran about the same time as each other, so I might draw Ruben. I think, yeah, we'll do Ruben. Maybe a Sylvia to go with it if we have the time. What if I drew them together and it's just Ruben watching Sylvia eat a mango, just absolutely devastate a poor defenseless mango. Yeah, we'll find a nice pose for Ruben, I think. Ruben's an archer. I want to try drawing him actually doing like archery poses. So we'll try and do that. That was wrong. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I'll draw Ruben, and then if I have time for Apolloran or Sylvia, I'll do those next. Do I do him with his lip? No, I should just do him normally, I think. I'll just draw him normally. I was going to draw him with his little thing he's got around his hood that has like the sort of the Hawkeye thing from Twilight Princess, but I'll go with that for this day. And I can hide a lot of the anatomy parts I'm bad about behind his coat. Yay! When character design also helps as a shortcut, you know you've done well. obscured by the camera. He's about to shoot an apple off, so that actually might work. Yeah, that might actually work for the pose, yeah. He's got like his big poofy, he's got like baggy trousers. Just drawing characters with baggy trousers is fun. And it's also a really good song. While she eats a mango, yeah, perfect. It all comes back to the mango. But where has the man gone? Oh, that actually was really nice. Mm-hmm. I know one of my friends is gonna flip at seeing Ruben art because Ruben is their favorite of my OCs. Oh my god, there you are. I just got the mangoing mangon out of my head. You're welcome, Tay. I love you. Yeah, get playful and silly with the face. Get playful and silly. Make it a little bigger. Perfect. If anyone has anything they want to say in the chat or ask a question, please feel free. Sorry I asked that. Like I'm terrible at filling the space without like any sort of. Well, I'm basically proving I can't fill the space to save my life. just I turn into my brain turns off. It is just very much turning off now. And then they've got the little goggle thing that really doesn't fit their head when they're when they're a chippy, but they still have it. It's like the Hawkeye in Twilight Princess. So it just rests upon their like sort of hood coat thing. Have you ever added something to your OC Lorsa story just because haha funny? Oh, constantly. That's entirely the reason Julan is really has like such bad tolerance for spicy food. My brain was just like, haha, people stop comparing him to Sonic if I just say he doesn't like spicy foods or something like that. I just thought that was funny. And then also giving that dynamic with Amber who loves spicy foods, so they just constantly like Julan is suffering just to keep his best friend fed. I can't handle spicy. I cannot sympathize with that. I love spicy foods. I am very much the Amber in that. I love spicy stuff. I'll still eat them exactly. You can't handle spice, but you just the flavor of it is fun. I wouldn't really describe a flavor as fun, but it's just like it is enjoyable in the moment, and then you realize like, oh god, I cannot feel my tongue. I don't have a high spice tolerance, but I love spicy foods a lot. I like a lot of not so much curries. I like more Mexican food. That's my kind of that's my spicy that I like. I really like Mexican style food. I'm very on and off on curries. Thai spice is nice. I like Thai food. Thai food's nice, but it's another one of those like I'm mildly iffy on because a lot of it has sort of the veggie stuff I don't like. But the spice levels on are lovely. Yeah, Thai food's nice for spice. This is definitely making me realize that at some point I need to add something to my streams that shows the chat at some point. Okay, so I'm not being completely dead silent because I've been locked in. That's good. That's good. I'm really glad you're able to lock in for some art. I hope it is going well. Thai prawn crackers, the orange spicy. Ooh, those sound lovely. Those sound nice. I don't think I've ever had this. I've only ever had like the regular prawn crackers you get when you get like a takeaway. And they're good. I could munch my way for a pack of prawn crackers in like an instant. He's got really patched up jeans for some reason. Ruben does because I just thought that would be a fun visual and also just fun practice for that kind of for patchwork on clothing. Ogre cap gif, yeah. Me when I am left alone for 1 second with the prawn crackers, I just like harf. Absolutely legendary food. And now it's just his headband and his like locks. I don't know what you would call this hairstyle. I just thought it would look pretty on him. I'm not sure if it's is it dreads, is it braids? I just thought it looked a bit more appropriate for this character for him. From what grew up, used to have this sandwich shop. It closed during 2020. My favorite kind of sandwich to get there was literally just slap everything spicy you got and some egg. Oh, that does sound nice. That does sound really nice. Depends on the kind of egg. Was it like just like a fried egg, or was it like a what kind of egg was it? Because that's kind of a deal breaker for me. Depending on the kind of egg it's got on it. Oh, hello, Spectreon. Thank you for joining us. You've caught us in the midst of doodling still. That's what we do on these streams. We doodle. We doodle little guys that live in my brain rent free. Hard boiled. Oh yeah, definitely not. Then I don't like hard boiled eggs. I really don't like hard boiled eggs. There's absolutely no consistency with how these chibis are stylized, but at this point I'm just here to doodle. Because like some have, so I guess I could just like chunkify his feet. Yeah, all you gotta do is chunkify the feet a bit more, and he's golden. Hi, Juicebox. Hello, hello. Thank you for popping in. Lovely to see you. To see you, lovely. You just caught us in the midst of doodling. It's your favorite boy. Enjoy your favorite boy. He is finally being drawn again. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd be happy once you saw me drawing Ruben again. But yeah, have you been having a nice day? Have you been? Nice to see you tonight. To see you tonight is nice. I'll move him down there, and then I want to draw up Sylvia like balancing an apple on her head or something next to him. If I can fit Sylvia onto the page as well. His like little checkerboard coat thing. Oops, lost the color I had. Something annoyed me back in my head. Stuff all this stuff was labeled as spicy when it was just not. Like we're taking maybe a vague memory of chili powder. Yeah, white people spicy. Yeah, oof, not fun. Reminds me of like this. One time I really wanted to get like a spicy snack, and the where I worked had like these cheese and jalapeno Cheetos, I think, because it's the first time I'd seen Cheetos in like years, and I was like, oh, spicy cheesy snack, my two favorite things, and they were like the worst thing I've ever eaten. It was just like there was no cheese on them, and they were those giant ones, so it was just like this massive wave of like bland corn and the tiniest whiff of spicy and cheesiness, and it was just the most disappointing thing I've ever had. My sympathies to those who really enjoy them. I'm sure salt is good for you as well. Oh, you like to? I am very much a cheese person. I'm a white person. Of course, I like cheese. Cue someone in the comments going, "You're white," just for the heck of it. Like, even though pretty sure most people in this chat know me personally. I can't with cheese. Oh, someone ban Mirror, please. Joking, joking. Don't actually do that. Sacrilege to speak ill of cheese. As you should be. I do enjoy to be a little bit of a cheese goblin. Like sometimes when I'm just, I need to, I need something to eat. I'll just go in the fridge and take like a chunk of cheese and cut some off and just hork it down my face because delicious cheesiness. Yes, very good. Yes. Or especially when you have like shredded cheese, like after you've done like a pizza night or something, and there's just like a big bag of shredded cheese in the fridge. You just just hoover that up when no one is looking. That wasn't my bad. I think it's not for me, cheese and pop is the fact that my boyfriend also likes it and I want to say something for him. Take any savory food, melt some grated cheese on it instantly. So true. So true. Like I can't do like burgers or like crispy chicken sandwiches anymore without cheese because it's just so it's that little extra bit of seasoning because a lot of burger places you get around here they don't season their burgers very well, so you need cheese for that little bit of extra saltiness, or especially when some places when they have like mozzarella or when they have like sometimes they'll put mozzarella on the burger so you have like that nice stretchiness to it. Is nice. Cheese, bacon, chocolate, everything can be approved by one of the three. So true, so true. I find that is the case for a lot of foods. Though you gotta be careful you don't like mix it up and you don't put like chocolate on your burger. Bacon is more sometimes. I think that's like too salty for some things. Definitely on the cheese and chocolate end though. Yeah. I guess for chocolate also depends because sometimes it's just a little makes it things a little bit too sickly. It really is just dependent on the circumstances of the food you're making. But cheese definitely. Cheese you can never go wrong with. You're making loaded fries. That was some like veggie chili or something. That's a winner right there. Sorry, I don't mean to talk about food during like OC fun and doodling times, but like the conversation became about food, and I am a disgusting fat person who likes talking of food in a lot of cases. Did someone say fries? Right. This reminds me of a freaking video I saw recently. It's just like, oh my god, it's a transformer, dude. That's a food truck, and it just like turns into transformers. Like I am optional fries. It must be so fun to live in my brain, and you get the references that I make because it must be so nice to be in my brain and understand what the fuck I'm talking about half the time. I, I had to imagine people who just like randomly stumble on this weird British guy doodling. And they listen in for 5 seconds. It's like, what is bro yapping about all the goddamn time? But you know what? These streams ain't for you. They're for the folks who get it. They understand what bro is yapping about. Yeah, that's good. Let me just remember to save real quick. Save, quick, stretch, break. Correct, correct. Can we make food talk OC related? Do you have any OC who would beat someone up if they tried putting pineapple on pizza? Everyone, because pineapple is terrible. I don't even like pineapple to begin with. The more you keep it off my pizza, absolutely. They joined and heard 10 minutes of talking about cheese, and if they stayed for 10 minutes already, then they're a keeper. Okay, I need some water. I said water, it's more blackcurrant squash because that's what I had to hand. But yeah, we managed 4 chibis, and I think we have time for just. I don't think I've once thought about which of my OCs endorse pineapple on pizza. None of them should, because pineapple is a disgusting fruit. It doesn't belong on its own, let alone on pizza. I don't touch pineapple, so I have no opinion on the first debate. Exactly. The only pizza I ever really have is pepperoni. I am prone to just a plain pepperoni pizza, but I think my favorite is like when I used to go to uni, they had like a proper pizza place or like pizza oven, and one of the pizzas you could get that was like spicy chicken and mushrooms, and that was the bomb. And like on like the end of a uni week, that was my favorite. Oh, pepperoni jalapenos, yeah, yeah, absolutely the pepperoni and jalapenos, spicy chicken, yeah, yeah. And now we're gonna end with a Sylvia, who's just like minding her own business, eating mangoes while an apple is balanced upon her head. Shrimp pizza. That sounds interesting. I wish I could. I wish I could have. I wish I could have prawns and whatnot. I discovered last year I have a bit of a, not like a major one, but I have sort of a shellfish intolerance. Kind of found that out like last year, which is sad when one of your favorite takeaways is scampi and chips. She's just absolutely going to town on a mango. How do you draw mangoes? There's a problem here. How do you draw mangoes? Yeah, draw Sylvia and her little. Scampi's good. I love Scampi, but I can't eat it as well as much anymore because of a freaking my damn shellfish intolerance. It was like the one specific thing, unless she's drinking a mango loco. I feel like the Sylvie would be the kind of person that would eat a fucking monster. Eat a monster. So it's like no, no. She freezes up and makes popsicles. She makes popsicles out of it. Look, I'm not all that tonight. I'm just here to have a fun time and doodle my OCs and chat with my friends and folks who pop in. Ah yes, drinking soda and eating a monster. Eats the whole can in one bite. Exactly. Dungeon Meshi? Exactly. See? I really hope that season 2 comes out for that soon because I really liked the first season. As someone who's not been much of an anime watcher in recent memory, I think I have the first volume of the manga as well somewhere, but I have to remember where I put it. She's gonna be a cheeky little monkey in her mango, and on her head is a little apple. A big apple. It's a very big apple. Comedically sized apple with a little leaf on it, because all apples have that. Sylvia's tail's just fun to draw. You're just drawing like a line. You go whoop, and it's done. You figure it out, Einstein. Whoop, perfect. You know, just for saying, I'm gonna draw her eating a can of Monster. Why not? Like a mango loco. Put a little smiling worm in the apple, of course. He's a smiling friend worm. He's got like a. Does he have like a hat? I think he's got a little hat. He's got like a hat, I think. Monsters are not for eating? Says you. You're asking the wrong. You're asking the wrong people that day. You've clearly been hanging out with the wrong people. Just trying to think what mangoes actually fucking look like. I'm a fool. Want me to drag it? No, we're good for now. We're good for now. I know too many of those. I can drag my own in, thank you very much, but I choose not to because I know they're busy. They're having an actual job. You know, don't name drop him. Cooey! Cooey! A job? Sounds fake. It's so true. Who has those anymore? I was always wondering why those like listings on those websites are always fake and never get to you back or anything. Would explain so much. No, that's too depressing. That's too depressing to think about. We're here for good vibes. Good vibes. Look at Funny Monkey Girl. Look, there's a Funny Monkey Girl on screen. Look at her. She's so fucking cute. Look at her. That's what she is. She baby. Knows nothing of the world. All she knows how is to eat mango and flick a staff about. All she knows is flick a staff and be monkey. I want to draw more. I want to do more stuff with Ruben and Sylvia at some point because they're one of my favorite OC duos. So it'd be nice to like, I don't know, Ruben. I have always like had the silly idea of taking them and making like a sort of like Phoenix Wright, Professor Layton style detective light novel. If I ever had like figured out how to do that kind of stuff, because that's the kind of vibes I imagine them having at first, of being like they met because Ruben was on like a mission to try and find some bandits who had been roughhousing around their hometown, and they accidentally run into Sylvie, who is in their base trying to recover her family's staff. So they run in together through that and very much quickly become best friends. I was about to say, I wouldn't trust Sylvia as a detective, but no, it's talking about Ruben. Yeah. Ruben is a perfectly capable human being. Sylvia is just like... Sylvia is the Luke. The Luke or like Maya, where they're just like... I guess they're more Maya than Luke. Because I feel... I've never played Professor Layton yet, but I assume Luke actually does things. Or does he just do this Cockney accent? Hello, Professor. That's something I definitely need to do at some point. I need to play freaking... I need to play Professor Layton at some point. Maybe that could be a stream game. He talks to animals. Oh, well, what is Sylvia? Sylvia is part animal. She monkey. So she's perfect. Play Professor Layton, please. I am now very tempted to try and make that like a stream game. Not Steam game, it's not on Steam. I am not all here tonight. Let's be nice to me. Be nice to me. I might make that a stream game, honestly. It would mean getting like a DS perfectly legitimate hardware setup, which I do have, so you know what, maybe I could make a follow a goal, the next follow a goal we have, because I think the current one we have is for 100. I might do it as a 250. Yeah, 250, and I'll do Professor Layton on stream. I also do need to play Ace Attorney as well, now that I'm thinking about it. Ace Attorney is on my to-do list for this year as like a by myself game. At some point, I want to do that with friends in a Discord call if I get the chance to. Because doing those games with friends is definitely the way to play those, I think, because you just have fun thinking, how does this character sound, and less like joking about, you gotta play the crossover game too. Yeah. Oh god, that is a thing. God. How many Professor Laytons are there? There's like there's the trilogy on DS. There's a couple on the 3DS. 6 plus crossover. Ooh. Yeah, the main ones, it's just like six main ones. Okay, and the crossover. Oh, so seven in total. Oh boy. If I can, I think the DS ones go for fairly cheap these days, so I might have a look into. I've seen the movie. That's like the only thing I've seen only thing I've seen all the way of Professor Layton, which is weird to think about. Like that's my only exposure. I mostly just haven't gotten into them because I am jack terrible at puzzle games. So I think I would just be a really stupid person and not really know what to do unless I had like a guide. There's also like the spin-off game on Switch. And then we've got that new one that's coming out on they've got that new one that's coming out on Switch that is very iffy because Level 5 was really into their AI. So I don't know if I'd ever get to that one unless they kind of said, you know what, we fucked up, we're sorry. I want to replay them, but my sister has them all at the moment. So I might stick to some. I'll stick to Ace Attorney for now, for my sort of visual novel style game. But that would be fun to try and make. I would love to try and make a visual novel detective game with Sylvia and Ruben, because I think they would be fun to write for. Even if it is a lot of their dynamic is just Phoenix and Maya, where Sylvia is just a goofball and Ruben is the straight man who knows what to do. Actually, now that I'm actually been playing it, their relationship is very Joshua and Estelle from Trails in the Sky. Like Sylvia is basically the OC version of Estelle, like ditzy girl with whimsy in her life and a staff, and Ruben, who's like the more down to earth, very focused person who is like actually does the stuff. Well, that's their Halloween costume for this year sorted. Absolutely. And she's like sitting on a log. What if you draw them wearing outfits? I that might be like the next thing I draw them as. I want to draw them as Estelle and Joshua because I think that's perfect. I definitely need to do some Trails in the Sky art once I'm done a bit more of it because I have been very much loving that game. Especially Estelle. Estelle is my one of my favorite characters in that game. I would say she's my favorite, but then I came across Olivier, who is the kind of character I am absolutely confessing to be weak to because he is an absolute moron and I love him so much. He's the kind of character you love and just want to throw in a vat of milk and throw him against a wall. You gotta go, okay, thank you for stopping by, Taya. It's always appreciated you stopping by for streams. See you again soon. Talk to you soon. Now it's Color and Sylvia, and I think we're done for tonight. This has been nice. This has been a nice chill stream. I'm really grateful that folks have been coming around for these because it's just been a lot of fun trying to just yapping about characters and food apparently. The VOD for this one is going to be interesting. 10 minutes of cheese. I guess this bit would be her freaking like, undershirt. Yeah. Oh yeah, her undershirt. I've got to do a line for that as well. Jeez. It just becomes that freaking. Is it Mirabelle? It's Mirabelle, I think, who has that one like support conversation in Fire Emblem Three Houses where she just goes cheese. It's very funny. I need to replay Three Houses at some point. That's definitely another stream game. Once I'm more confident in doing long games. Marianne and Sylvian support code. That's the one. I would infer but Free Houses so long. Did you do? I I did the free main routes and I got to Silver Snow, and that was when I kind of hit the burnout limit and just stopped. At that, and I wasn't enjoying Silver Snow as much as the other routes, so I kind of just dropped it. I'd be down for a Golden Deer replay because the Golden Deer was my favorite route. Golden Deer and the Black Eagles route was my favorites, so I might be down for some streaming of those at some point. Silver Snow is just Verdant Wind in a different font. Exactly. That's why I got so bored of it. It's because it's just, this is a thing I already liked done worse. It's just very much a case of, oh, those characters you liked, oh, they all died off screen. You didn't see it. It was cool though. It's so funny, like it's one of the biggest chapters in like the freaking every other route, and then in Silver Snow, it's just like, oh yeah, that all happened off screen. You should have been there. It was cool. Everyone died, but like it was cool though. Also, that's the type between behind Crimson Fire. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it makes you play a little bit of a route that's way better twice. And I just never really got into. It was nice to have more time with Seteth and Flame, but it's also like, this is really boring. Had some good moments with Edelgard in it, which was like the saving grace. But it's like those moments with Edelgard are also in Verdant Wind. Or most of them anyway. The one scene where she's like, it's just you and her in the cathedral at the after the 5 year time skip was cool. I really like that one. Did I color in her bracelets? Just have to double check I colored in her bracelets so that I didn't go to add that outline and suddenly she's got really thick black lines around her arms. And talking about Fire Emblem was nice. There's a lot of Fire Emblem stuff going on this year. We've had Path of Radiance on the NSO, which I really need to get back to as well because I've been enjoying that in my spare time. And we've got Fortune's Weave this year as well with not Alucard and more stuff from Free Houses, which I'm sure will be oh so fine and go down so well with the fan base. That is Sylvia Dunn, I do believe. Just gotta put the color on her little drops of mango on her face. She's got like little smudges of mango juice on her face. Yeah, cute. That's cute. That's perfect. I love it. Oh yeah, the apple. 7 more years of Fire Emblem Free Houses discourse. Yeah. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm sure the games will be fun, and that's all I really care about. So that's all I really need. I believe that is us done for the evening. We've done quite a number of OCs here tonight. I have really enjoyed this. Yeah. Oh, I gotta do. I haven't done the sparkles in Plata's eyes yet. One sec. I gotta do that. Perfect. I hope Fortune's Weave is more of its own thing. I agree. Yeah, I hope it's more of its own thing rather than complete continuation of Free Houses. I think we are done for the evening. This was a really productive stream. I had fun doodling more OCs with y'all. Do I want to send you all off to raid someone? Pretty sure Reliable's still streaming. Let me have a look. Raid channel. Who's out and about tonight? Is Relay still streaming? Relay still streaming. Hayden. Josh. Yeah, I'm gonna send you all off to Relay because I think they're still streaming some OC art. They're the ones I like sending you all off to because I really like their streams and their art. So I hope you all will join me in saying hello and giving them some love and support. And as always, I'll see you guys on Thursday for some Animal Crossing New Horizons. And as always, have yourselves a fantastic evening and take care, everyone. Bye-zies!